Here's the final 5 stories we're keeping an eye on. Ontario could be in for a rough flu season this year. That's according to health experts. They say a combination of factors are likely to contribute to the severity of the spread of the H1N1 and H3N2 strains.
It does have to do with how many people are unvaccinated and it's susceptible, and the specific strain of flu that's circulating that year. And just as a reminder, you're not protected for this year's strain from last year's vaccination. So that's why we say that essentially everyone over the age of 6 months in Canada should be vaccinated every single year.
Data from Public Health Ontario shows a 1.8% rise in flu cases in the province within the last week of October. That accounts for 3 outbreaks, 14 hospitalizations, and 129 cases. Experts predict there will be another spike in cases when the data from November 2nd to the 15th are released. But it's not just Ontario. Federal data shows roughly 2% of tests came back positive in the past week, but it's below the 5% threshold needed to declare a seasonal flu epidemic. Ontario and the federal government have agreed to a 1-year extension for the national $10 a day childcare program. The agreement also includes $695 million in additional funding from Ottawa. The program had been set to expire on March 31st, but now the extension reassures parents in the province that their fees won't rise for at least another 12 months. Most provinces and territories signed extensions with the federal government before this year's federal election, but Ontario had only signed an agreement in principle to continue the program. CTV's Heather Senerin will hear from a local childcare centre coming up tonight at 6. The future of farming could involve self-driving robots. Researchers from the University of Manitoba's Robot Autonomy Lab designed a prototype that's meant to think on its feet.
The soil is almost frozen, and we have the ice and snow on top of that. We have more slippery, but our AI model learn about the dynamics when it moves. So it's just keep the similar accuracy.
The robot uses artificial intelligence and is able to handle the bumps and other surprises that come with navigating real prairie fields, including frozen ones. More testing is still required in order to fine-tune the prototype for future use. But researchers say they hope one day it will help make farming more efficient, precise, and safe. With Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and December festivities nearing, a rising cost of living in Canada is expected to challenge Canadian spending habits this holiday season. A new survey by insolvency firm Harris & Partners suggests Canadians are preparing for a more modest Christmas this year. Nearly 72% of the more than 1,800 Canadians surveyed in November say they'll cut back on Christmas spending, and 85% expect to adhere to a strict budget this season. More than half of those polled also reported feeling financially unprepared for the holidays. And finally for us, Toronto Blue Jays manager John Schneider will learn tonight if he is the winner of the American League Manager of the Year award. He's a finalist for the award, along with Guardians manager Stephen Vogt and Mariners skipper Dan Wilson. The winner will be revealed during a special on MLB Network that begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Voting for the award was done ahead of the playoffs, so we'll have to tune in there and find out the fate of the Manager of the Year award.